5 seconds, burn like gasoline. Fast as a nightmare, ripping the scene. Till I crush up like a demon scream. Baseline grows where the fear begins. 5 seconds, burn like gas. Fast as a nightmare, ripping the scene. Gas blood corpse off like when it demons turn. Baseline grows where the fear begins. Go to the garage, meet the ghouls. Enjoy the gore. Enjoy the gore.
Hi, welcome to the Garage Ghouls of Gore. I'm Josh.
And I'm Carl. Today on Horror News, we're going to start off with The Conjuring Last Rites. Crushed it at the box office. The highest grossing horror film of 2025. Which, I'm not a huge fan of The Conjurings. I've only seen the first and the third. Haven't even seen the new one, but I guess I'll give it a shot.
I don't even want to watch it.
I don't even want to watch it?
No, I don't even want to watch it, honestly. I probably won't even watch it. The second one is, I like the second one a lot. Second one's my favorite.
That's what I always hear.
Yeah, and I think people either like the first or the second. Which is usually kind of what I hear. But
Yeah,
nobody likes the third.
No. The devil made me do it? No.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, it looked weird.
Yeah.
Well, it looked weird. I watched it. It was weird.
Yeah,
It was,
I don't know. It kind of false advertising too. You think it's gonna be all in this, in the trial and
yeah.
the famous line.
the true story.
Yeah,
The true
and it
story.
barely has anything to do with it. Yeah.
And then next we got another new movie coming out. It's called New Year's Eve. It takes place on a party on New Year's Eve. So it's called New Year's Eve. It is streaming exclusively on Screambox December 16th. It won Best Horror Comedy at the New York City Horror Film Festival. It's won a dozen other awards. It's perfect for Horror News Today, though, because the killer is dressed like a plague doctor.
Sweet.
So it looks pretty cool.
That sounds kind
From
of
the
original.
pictures, so.
Gonna run out of masks for these horror movies.
Yeah.
Right. And second, in Argentina, they have recently busted a serial killer. They've dubbed him the Machete Man. Machete. And his name was Matias Hardo. And apparently he was luring in homeless people back to his house, offering them jobs or drugs or booze, and then was taking a machete to them. And they finally caught him by, disappearing homeless people, but they're the easiest target for serial killers. But yeah, they finally let him all back to his house and found several dismembered bodies. He's been caught. No trial or anything yet. Try and keep you guys posted on that one.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that.
It's over in Argentina. I don't think it'd make it really over here, but.
Yeah. And that's all we got for Horror News today. And so today we're doing Horrors of the Black Plague.
Yeah.
I was going to say the Plague Doctors.
No.
But yeah, Horrors of the Black Plague. Talk about Plague Doctors too. That's kind of what we originally were going to talk about, but there's so much bad stuff about the Black Plague. That I just got
hard time to be alive.
Yeah,
very hard time to be alive.
If COVID was bad, this is way worse. We're about to start that right now.
The Horrors of the Black Plague. In 1347, the Black Plague arrived in Europe and took 1/3 of Europe's population with it. It was not the first time the bubonic plague had made its way to Europe. In the year 543, it made its first appearance in Europe, but it would not do nearly even close to the same amount of damage as it did later on. It came and went, kind of like the flu. When the disease started spreading, it was given multiple names, such as the Black Death, the bubonic plague, and the Black Plague. So, couldn't decide on one.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was like that. I literally thought it was just one big incident.
Big, long.
Yeah. But it came and went every single year.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a lot of different sicknesses we have. When people started dying, towns quickly started using up all their resources. They did not have enough coffins or time to make enough for all the dead. So they would bury 2 to 3 people in a single coffin at a time. Most of the time, it would be family members together, sons and daughters, moms and dads. There were rumors of how the Black Plague started. Some people said it was caused by the lepers, who were already disease-ridden. And some people said it was the Jewish people poisoning the wells and streams, which makes no sense. There was a rumor saying the Jewish people weren't getting sick.
Maybe they were just cleaner. The Jews always get blamed.
Yeah. In response, entire Jewish communities and towns were wiped out. People would lynch entire towns and everyone in it.
Yeah, it's humanity.
Yeah.
It's their fault.
Yeah, it's crazy.
People were so desperate for answers, they had astrologists study the stars. They believed Mars and Saturn aligning meant there would be a plague surge and that certain zodiac signs made certain cure practices safer. They tried using magic to cure it, magic gems, dried toads, and mercury charms, but some people just prayed. Eventually, a doctor came up with the theory that the plague had been spread through the air or through contact, but not in the traditional sense that we think about today. Not because of germs, but because of the smell. The air was infected. And here's where the plague doctors come in.
You know what I was wondering about this?
Huh.
How do they apply magic gems to this? Do they like hold it up to it? Do they like crush it down and rub it into the your
I don't
wound
know.
or something? And then same thing with the dried toad. Do they take the time to dry it out and then put it on it?
I think so.
Do they squash it up and then rub it all over? It's
I
kind of
think
weird.
that's what they do. I think they would like just apply it to them.
It's a bunch of weird practices back in the day.
Yeah.
Plague doctors were not the best of the best kind of doctors. Plague doctors were the doctors that couldn't get work or they had little experience, but mostly plague doctors weren't even doctors at all. They were usually workers hired by the state or the city that they lived in. They were just city workers.
Right.
They were the outbreak staff responsible for treating the sick, performing autopsies on the bodies, and keeping a death record. Performing autopsies when you don't even know what you're doing is kind of weird. What are you looking for? You know, you're just cutting up a body at that point. The elite doctors were saved for the wealthy and the well-off.
You mean that? Slice you open. What the hell's that?
Yeah, that's a heart.
Right? Seriously, oh. They wore a long coat, leather gloves, and a big brim hat, all coated in wax or oils so the diseased air couldn't seep through the fabric. They wore goggles so that the air wouldn't touch their eyeballs. They had a long cane to be used as a barrier between them and anything that might be a risk, and a large beaked mask. You've all seen them. Like a bird's beak, stuffed with cloves, lemon balm, herbs, mint, flowers, and vinegar-soaked sponges. They did this to keep the smell out of the masks, not because it was unpleasant, but because the smell carried the disease. These pretend doctors would use all kinds of odd practices to prevent and cure the disease.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Dried toads.
Dried toads.
Right.
And then, that theory is kind of weird, though, because any unpleasant, like if they smelled like some kind of manure or something, you think they just thought they were going to get sick because of the smell? Or
I'd imagine the paranoia was high.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like,
it's definitely weird.
yeah.
They used a technique called bloodletting, which was an old practice used to remove bad or old blood by cutting veins or using leeches. But this would often push people closer to death since they were already knocking on death's door. They tried to purify the air by burning herbs, tar, or sulfur. Sometimes they would completely fill up a house with smoke trying to kill off the plague, but this made breathing harder for those who were already having lung complications.
Yeah.
Lancing buboes, which were swollen lymph nodes, that's just what they called them at the time. They would cut them open, drain them, apply vinegar. Sometimes they would drain the pus with hot metal or apply a hot cup, which was called cupping. And they'd heat up a glass or metal cup and apply it around a swollen bubo, which would create suction and suck out the pus.
Yummy.
And that's about as scientific as I think they got.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because that is actually the heat with the cup applying suction. I mean,
Right.
that's kind of smart, I guess, in some way or another.
Yeah, they had their techniques.
Yeah. They would make paste out of onion, garlic, butter, flour, vinegar, crushed flowers. They would boil snake soup.
That's nasty.
Probably for like the, the venom in it or something. Maybe, hopefully that would work. And this is the weirdest one, though, is they'd use dead pigeon carcasses, which I don't understand what they would do.
Yeah.
They would find a dead pigeon and strap it to your wound or just touch it on it, or same thing, grind it up. I had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
I couldn't really...
They applied it somehow.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah. I can't even imagine why you'd see a dead bird and go, there, that's the cure.
Yeah, that's going to cure it. Yeah. It probably has the plague itself. And also, I think I'd... can you imagine if that was like that kind of stuff happened nowadays? Like that we know better, and then you just have like a doctor
Just do it.
that just like
Right.
pulls out a dead old bird.
It's like, lay down, take your shirt off.
Yeah, lays a dead pigeon on your chest.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
There were 3 different types of sickness with this plague. There was the bubonic plague, where you would get black swollen lymph nodes. The septicemic plague, the kind that was in your bloodstream and would always certainly kill you. And the pneumonic plague, which was in your lungs, and you really didn't stand a chance with that one. The bubonic plague would spread from your lymph nodes to your blood and then to your lungs. And the symptoms were hell, and then you would die. That was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it sounds really rough.
yeah.
Symptoms for the Black Plague include fever, chills, vomiting, blood, weakness and fatigue, dying, rotting tissue, head and body aches, huge swollen lymph nodes that would drain and burst without warning. Internal bleeding, trouble breathing with chest pain. A lot of people would scream for hours on end in pain. Others would just suffocate slowly throughout the day. All day. In some cases, if you showed symptoms of the plague in the early morning hours, your entire household could be dead before the sun goes down. So it acted extremely
Quick.
quick. Which is also a scary thought, too, because you don't even know you're sick. You don't know tomorrow's your last day. I guess that's how life is, though. But
Yeah, that is life, yeah.
But it's still scary, though. All of a sudden you cough once and you could be dead within hours.
Oh, and can you imagine watching people that have it and then thinking I could get that?
Yeah, it'd be terrifying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would just shut my door and not come out all season long.
Right.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's scary.
And like we said, the plague came and went every year like the common flu. But in the years from 1347 to 1351, the Black Plague took an estimated 200 million lives, which is an equivalent to about 4 billion people today. Some cities lost 80% of their entire population in just a few months. But historians and scientists have discovered the cause was fleas, the mouse flea. When the mouse would die, the fleas would cling to humans, and through the bites would transfer old infected blood from person to person. Which, funny fact, as I've heard, that's kind of how they put witches having cats, because people that had cats weren't getting as sick as much because the cats were keeping the mice away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, so they thought everybody was witches because they weren't getting sick.
Yeah, if they had a cat.
Yeah, you would think some people would get sick because of the cats. With the,
Yeah, I guess as long as the cat didn't bring the body
Yeah,
in.
if they bring the cats in.
Keep
or
kill it in
yeah,
the
they
street.
bring the mouse
But
in. Show you the trophy.
Yeah.
Show you your trophy.
bring you home a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's pretty gnarly, dude. It's a lot of people.
that is. That's a shit ton.
Like, yeah, what did it say? Like 1/3 of the population.
Uh-huh,
at the
1/3.
beginning? That's
Equivalent to
that's
4
so
billion
many.
people today.
And we thought COVID was bad.
I know, right? Everyone was all panicked over COVID, which, it took people, but the flu takes people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, stuff like this can still happen.
Oh, yeah.
And it can happen
oh,
anytime. Any year we can come up with some new disease. It's COVID was definitely an awakening.
I think I did hear, I have to double check again, but the bubonic plague apparently is back. They've had cases.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. They had I saw there was one case in Africa of it, and I think it actually has never gone away. I think every so often it comes back, and somebody gets it. They quarantine them and shut it down.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. But yeah, that's our episode for today. Hopefully you'll learn something.
Yeah.
And just remember, if the garage is closed, the darkness is always here. I messed up. We've messed up the line every time we're trying to get it right. But let me redo it right now. The garage is closed for now, but the darkness is always here. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are seeking out with dread. Drums like thunder shake the dead. A metallic grind screams through the dark. 5 seconds, burn like gasoline. Fast as a nightmare, ripping the scene. Till I crush up like a demon scream. Baseline grows where the fear begins.